Hey team, welcome in. Thursday, December 12th, Jupiter's Day. Um, Today I'm gonna do like a full working. A lot of people talking about the 1212 portal, which like only is a portal if you believe in calendar time, like the Gregorian calendar. So like take it or leave it. Um, but the card I had pulled for my like daily reflection was a card about play, and I took that personally. I took it really hard because, as I was talking about earlier in the week, in order to be in a space where you can play, you first need to have like a certain level of support. You need to be rested, you need to be fed, you need to feel like it's safe to play. Um, and then that led me into thinking about all the messages I've heard lately. Not that I've gotten, but that I've heard. So, like, that's important. Um, that like the whole goal right now is to get yourself, myself, into a space where I don't need anybody. I don't need anyone to like rescue me or save me or help me. I can do it all on my own. And that's when people will come in that I can really connect with, because then I won't be like clinging to them, kind of thing. However, my counter to that is that if I could do it on my own, like I wouldn't even have this practice. I would, if I could do it all on my own and I didn't need any help, I wouldn't have ever gotten into the space where I needed to ask Spirit for help. And so it feels like a losing battle. Or like I was watching something about, not that I'm in like a relationship that needs a breakup, but I would happen to be watching a video about like breakups and ending things. And if you feel like you can't leave because like you can't survive, well, like just make sure you can get yourself set up so that you can survive, so that you do leave. And like I've never done that. I have tried in the past to like stay in relationships that like help keep me, I guess, stable, and it was like more destabilizing than just leaving and trying to like figure it out. So anyway, it's a big mess, and I'm emotional about it. Got tear stains on my sleeves, so I'm gonna do a full working. Um, I'm gonna call in support to self, soul support, unmeasured, unconditional. Receive love with love, not with gratefulness or with the idea that I owe somebody anything. And if that comes from someone else, okay. If that comes from me, okay. Whatever has to happen, wherever I need to be to receive it, whatever space I need to be in to receive it, that's what I'm calling in. Calling in soul support. All right. Banishing and clearing all negativity, all doubt, all despair, any riddlers, tricksters, waylayers can be gone. You're not welcome here. I mean, for guides and messages. And I call in all my guides interested and invested in a positive outcome for this working, for my greatest, highest golden good. I'm looking for beneficial, uplifting, empowering messages. I welcome in my clarifiers, my translators, my guards, protectors, my guides, friends, fans, cheerleaders, ancestors, living and dead, land, animal, spirit, sky. I welcome in my angels, fae, dragons, draconids, diamonds, jinns. Gather around, protect and be here with me now. And as the soul support we are calling in comes in, beneficial, uplifting, and empowering. Because humans in real life make it sad and mean enough, you know? And so I welcome in all my guides to surround and protect and cheer me on as I ground into the endless bounty of the earth and open up to receive the endless inspiration of the divine. May my inner flame rise up to connect with my higher self, and may she help me gather and center my energy, my intention, my ability to receive soul support, so that from a secure foundation I can play, and from a playful soul I can share and do the soul work that I'm here to show up to do. Okay? So before I fully connect, I'm just going to see in this space if there's any messages coming through from my higher self or my guides. From higher self, I'm just getting green love. I saw a video recently about green Tara, and I didn't watch it, but I think I'm being called to go watch it after, so I'm going to look into green Tara. Something that's coming in is that I've seen a lot of things about protecting like your throat chakra or like opening up your throat chakra lately. And side note, Hedgewitch Tarot Deborah, I saw one of her videos a little while ago, and she was talking about how she talks a lot because of her tarot channel, and so her throat chakra was like overused, so she had to sit in silence for a little while to balance it. And at the same time, my throat was really hurting, and it was because I was tuning into too many readings. I was doing too much listening and not enough silence, not enough talking, because the throat chakra is both your hearing and your voice. So hear truth, speak truth. Where was I going with that? Oh, so what's coming up right now is like if you kind of have to have a confrontation with someone, what is the best use of the throat chakra? Is it having that confrontation with yourself and saving your voice from like talking to a wall if you don't think like that confrontation will go anywhere? Or is the best use to use your voice? And I think every situation is different. But you know, kind of look at the trajectory of how you think each of those options would go, and then the one that makes you feel like you had to do something for someone else is probably not aligned with your own truth, which is throat chakra. So if it makes you feel aligned to think, yeah, I'm going to confront that person and that's going to empower me and I'm going to speak my truth, go for it. But if you're thinking that I'm going to explain myself to this person, or I'm going to confront them because they deserve to know, or something like that, like that's not for you. That's not your truth. That's trying to support their truth. And like, honestly, their truth is their business. You know what I mean? Okay. And then any messages from my guides. Oh, I had started this earlier, so we'll finish it now. I welcome all my gatherers, all my little pickpockety, still boy guides, all of the tricksters that are here that are on my side, all of my little willing errand companions. I beseech you to go out and collect back every little scrap of power, of soul, of truth, of support that I have left behind me, or given away, or unknowingly let be siphoned away from me. I invite you all to go now and retrieve it in whatever way you see fit, knowing that we operate most on the highest golden good for everyone involved, and bring it back to me. I may need to sleep a lot in the next hours, days, weeks as it comes in. Dreams may may spike, creativity and outlets may spike. It could go either way, lots of energy or lots of sleep energy. But I invite you to go bring back everything that is mine. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. We are separate. Alright. Any messages from the remaining guides? It's a bit emptier in this space now. No, we're all just sitting and waiting. Supportive. Which is nice because I've called in soul support. Soul supportive. Alright. So, with the support and presence and help of my guides, I'm going to open this working. I am grounded, I am connected, I am protected, and I call in the east to bring in the inspiration and the beginning of this working. And I call in the south to bring in the heat and the power for this working. And I bring in the west to bring in the emotional flow and divine flow of this working. And I bring in the north to make it real, to make it stable, to protect us, to protect me. Welcome in guides and powers to this space as we call in soul support here on Jupiter's Day, Thursday, December 12th, 2024. Anytime you tune in is the appropriate time. Alright. Jupiter right now is retrograde in Gemini, so he's being resourced by Mercury and Sagittarius. And each of these planets doesn't love being where they are. They don't really have the resources to share with each other. The best thing about this Thursday and this setup for Jupiter today is that Mercury is approaching his station direct point. So the next, like this coming full moon in Gemini, where moon will be with Jupiter, that will be resourced by basically a stationing Mercury. Better than a retrograde Mercury. And a slow stationing Mercury, a stationing planet, is very prominent in any kind of chart. Sorry if you can hear my cat crying. So, wait. Shift is coming. Slowly, but soon. And illumination. Oh, illumination, because a full moon is about release. Illumination on what has to go. Particularly from Jupiter's perspective, because he's going to be right there with moon, whose gravity is pulling up everything, just like moon pulls the tides away from the earth. Moon is going to pull up everything away from us that's like not nailed down into our core foundation. And so some things have to go, they have to come up and go so that we can make room for what's coming in next. Yeah, which is almost always an emotional time. So like whatever happened to me today was aligned, you know? Okay. And then finally, before I get into the cards and the working, any messages from source? I'm just getting like a song, like angelic or like cosmic song. Just allow yourself to shift. Maybe that's what's so uncomfortable, right? When a plant is in a seed and then it grows out, there's the idea that like that's probably incredibly uncomfortable for the seed shootling to crack out of the shell and go past it and leave that shell behind. But like the shell doesn't really come out with the plant, it just stays down there. And so maybe this is a space of emergence and of like a de-shelling, which feels exposed and vulnerable, and like we're leaving something integral behind, but it was integral to the last phase. We can't discount it. We can't say like the seed is not important, we should just crush all the seeds. But like the grown plant no longer needs to be concerned with the seed shell from like seasons ago, you know? So I guess allow ourselves to shift out of that. Okay. I'm gonna wake up the cards. What are we gonna do? Work with the divine. That's nice. Cat's losing his mind. Don't know if you can hear that in the background. Walnut tree, cracking through the fear of the seed shell to get to the heart of the seed of your inner knowing inside. Sun. Spirit is with us as we crack through the seed shell and emerge into the next state of our being, of our growth, of our development. Which is always ongoing, right? There's no finish line. Leading through transformation, I suppose. Leading through the hedge space, that borderland between here and there, past and future, this and that. Jupiter's a good planet to call on for soul support because he's very abundant. Divine wow ecstasy, and this is grace. Grace means that the divine, your angels, whatever, God loves you, and it is unconditional. They just love you because you're their cute little Tamagotchi. Why wouldn't they? There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you have to be. There's no way you have to grow. They're here for all of it. And that is the divine wow. That you could stop developing right now, and everyone who matters would still love you. But like stop developing, that is like that doesn't exist, because even if you quote unquote plateau, you are gaining experience as someone whatever in that situation for 5, 10, 30 years. and like growing, yeah, laterally, I guess, like developing identity and skills within that space. Like the time is passing anyway, and it's impossible to not grow and develop. Um, so, like, let's not hate on ourselves about it, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna draw a Jupiter. Okay. The main energy we can lean into right now is the angel of or the energy of Archangel Raziel, who I believe is of the divine mysteries, and we can lean into our intuition, which is body wisdom, right? How do you feel? Okay. The Green Witch Oracle is giving us carnelian energy, leadership, creativity. Multiple days in a row for this card. For Prairie Smoke, Liberate, which is a blue card, feeling without judgment. What reminds me I'm free. Coming out sideways as the balance between receiving information and rest. I do a lot of sleep work, I guess. And coming out of rest to share that knowledge. Who am I missing? Love. Alright, so this is what Jupiter is offering us as the tools, as the foundation, as the gateway of our soul support. Carnelian, energy, leadership, creativity. Let's read it. Let us read it. Oh, there it was. How can you improve your leadership skills? Creativity and energy are elements that enhance leadership. Carnelian can strengthen your leadership qualities and help you find creative solutions to problems or ways to support your team. Carnelian can give you the confidence to do what needs to be done, even if it will make waves. Carnelian's orange color comes from iron oxide, so it carries iron associations as well, such as protection and courage. The Carnelian card tells you to take control and be brave. Look within for motivation and strength. You have what it takes to be a leader. Be confident in your abilities. I've got a piece of carnelian here, which I don't take out for every reading. So I see you. I see you, Jupiter. I see you, guides. So be a leader. Have confidence that we can creatively get through this hurdle. We can creatively come up with amazing solutions that will bring soul support. Trust our intuition. It's not about the mind, it's about the body. Let's read them. I'm just going to read them all. Oh, jeez. The Divine Mysteries, Archangel Raziel. Intuition. This oracle wishes you to turn inwards to your intuition, to the natural laws of your soul, which will guide you through the pulsations of eternal love. Trust this inner wisdom, as it is the abundance of your spirit that speaks to you. Listen carefully to these inner murmurings, for when you are called to a teaching, a guide, a vision, a book, a piece of music, or a natural landscape, it means there is something powerful that will be communicated to us. Raziel is at one with your profound inner intelligence and wants you to be awake to these whisperings. Sit in silence for the oracular proof of Raziel's love. This I have talked about many times in the past couple days. We might need to let something in that feels a little bit like an invasion, but it's going to let us carry on our growth cycle, our pollination cycle. So we'll just read what's bolded here. All of these entries have like a one-line bolded. A prairie smoke sighting suggests something is ready to unlock. Probably intuition leadership, or the feeling that I am like a leader in my own intuition. What's Rachel Pollack say about Four of Swords? I hope that didn't cut out my audio. Four of Swords. Rest, withdrawal from struggle, inner peace, meditation, or some other spiritual practice that involves turning attention inward to awaken our deeper senses. Possibly isolation or closing down emotionally to avoid pain. Reversed, because this is sideways, both meanings are present. A return to activity, renewed energy, could be a healing physically or emotionally. So I'm getting that this is still all inner work. The Carnelian card makes me think that like going out into the world to lead, but these are all internal cards. And so having the strength and the protection and feeling that Carnelian energy to be a leader in your own internal alignment. What do I need to let in to myself that feels uncomfortable, which will help me grow? And then finally, love. It's all coming from love. And as I was talking about earlier with the throat chakra, love for self, right? We're coming into love for self. So I could use this energy, and I could use this energy, and I could use this energy to send things outward to the people that I love, and I put them over me. Or I can use that love for self and use all these tools internally. And that is how we get our soul support. We operate self-love. We have the courage to lead with self-love. Turn inward to intuition with love. Rest and trust the body and trust these moments of withdrawal. And that's what the breakthrough, that's what is going to let us come out. I won't lie, team, I was really hoping for something to do, like a verb word that isn't more sit in center. But can't always get what you want. So this is the main action that I'm set up to take. Love for rest. What reminds me I'm free? Leaning into the freeing feelings that I get, and having the leadership to follow my intuition, which is like calling me towards things that I may be interested in. And then if I find that it helps me feel free, incorporating it into the entire internal practice. And it's probably going to be something restful. It's probably going to be something peaceful and helping me still and helping me center, and not an outward, what can I do for you? What can I do in the world? How can I show up? But having that leadership quality to come in. So I'm going to flip all these over and see what else is coming up. Maybe under the currents, or deeper work, or maybe longer term work, or maybe things that have already been set up in the foundation which makes this possible. I don't really know. Okay. Try again. Ecstasy, that came out as well. Queen of Swords. Build. What am I integrating? Mint, abundance, persistence, Proliferation. This card speaks about mint is like gardeners are like, oh my god, mint is taking over my garden and it's very resilient. And then this card talks about like that's not always a bad thing. Root in and be like uneradicatable. Like no one can move you because you just can't be stopped. Increase your heart rate. This is the closest card I have in this crayon deck to like go exercise. Choice. Weighing options. If he was reverse, it would be making the leap, choosing adventure over security. But here we're weighing everything. Wisdom, Metatron. Emerge. What am I opening into? Again, she came out. Butterfly. Transformation, joy, beauty, transience. Be fucking stubborn about what brings you joy. Like, it just cannot be uprooted. It cannot be eradicated from your garden. Truth. This can either mean that there's a lot of doubt around mental acuity and doubt around our thoughts or like mishandling the brain, but it could also mean like when the aces are upside down, it's like you don't have to be in charge of this. Like the divine is working. You are you God? Like you don't make anything happen. So quit thinking that it's your ideas that are gonna make things happen. Receive. Don't wield, receive. Dreams, another Raziel, another sleep space. Shed. How can I know myself as bigger than any fear? This is a claim card. Autumn. Bounty and balance. Withdraw. Reverse 10 of Cups. This card either means having trouble appreciating what we have, but I kind of read the cups as like your principles. And so this is a life that's based, the foundation of the life are principles. Like we're living aligned on top of our principles, not as something distant above us that we can celebrate, but like that is the foundation of the new tens or new cycles of the new emotional cycle, is really realign yourself to your own internal values and truth. Balance. Doing too much. Time to restore. Time to receive. Bison. How can I know myself as absolute? And the word is be. This card talks about Bison is super powerful. He can do lots of things. He can attack, he can defend, he can really change the entire like ecosystem. But he spends most of his time just chewing his cud. And so how can you know yourself as absolute? How can you just be? How can you be just chewing your cud, feeling like nothing's happening, but trusting in yourself that you do have like the capacity, the resources, the oomph, the zhuzh to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. You don't have to be at 100% all the time. Things go in cycles, so do people. So just like chew your cud and be fine and trust that you're not losing anything out by not being active all the time. Hearth, determination and hard work. And upset. So I'm going to break all these down separately. I'm going to start with the crayon cards. And I'm going to tie them into this main message. So the main message from Jupiter, and the main gift that's coming in from this working with Jupiter is love. Jupiter loves us. The divine loves us. So upset, withdraw, truth, heart rate, try again. If you're being fucking upset by something over and over and over, stop trying. Quit hitting your head against the wall. That is not an expression of love. You may feel like it is an expression of love because you're extending love to the other person, whatever is upsetting you or the situation. but it's not. Withdraw into your truth and get a little bit active. Feel it. Increasing heart rate could also be like going through the emotional ups and downs of processing that we're not going to try these upsetting things anymore. We're not going to keep trying the upsetting things. We're in a place of love. We're withdrawing into our own personal truth. And that might make us nervous, which would increase the heart rate. But also like somatic processing of this situation. Withdraw into it. Okay? That is how we bring in our soul support. Don't keep trying the upsetting things. Listen to your feelings. Listen to your intuition. It's upsetting you for a reason. Drop it. How do we center truth and love? How do we withdraw into a heart space that like wants to beat faster? That isn't just looking for sleep, 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 but wants to be excited. First we have to withdraw into our internal love and truth. Right? Let the universe do its work. When I first made these cards, I didn't really have a color code for the cards. I kind of did, but like I don't think it works so much anymore. The yellow cards were like childhood, and the pink cards were resilience, and then I didn't really have anything for blue and green. However, these colors match up with the colors of the Prairie Majesty Oracle. I don't know if you can see that, but I highlighted the edge of the book to color code it. And so using that scheme, these green cards are all claim, and the pink cards are no. So, do you know that you have to withdraw? Do you know that you've got to increase your heart rate, which might be doing some somatic stuff, or like really processing, or just getting more active, like being in your body? Yeah, I know that. And then, can I claim truth and love? And then these were the other way. And can I claim that I'm not going to try again everything that's upsetting? Or that it's fine to be upset, like just try again, because nothing's perfect. Just keep coming back to truth and love. And if you do want to try again, like that's going to help you move through the upset. Claim all that. Okay. Let's do this one now. Prairie smoke, liberate. Emerge, shed, be, build. So the number one way we call in soul support is we feel without judgment. What reminds me I'm free? And it's important that you do that without judgment, because maybe it's a little bit upsetting to find out what would make you feel free right now. Just gotta let it in, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you think it's disrupting like the perfect little budding blossom that you are. It's necessary. So we have to feel it without judgment. And then what are we doing? We're emerging. The eastern tiger, swallowtail. What am I opening into? This moment is both fragile and fierce. Your wings may be wet, you might be uncertain. Whatever you're feeling is natural and perfect for your own rebirth. Just don't get stuck here. Visualize yourself expanding and filling with a golden glow that dries your wings as you begin to flap. However tentative, can you feel your strength? You're ready. You're on the other side. You've got your wings to carry you wherever you choose. So this is a slow process, a patient process. It's not open and walk through, it's opening into. And we're going to do that by feeling without judgment. Because if we're judging ourselves for what makes us feel free, we're never going to let ourselves emerge into it. Our wings are never going to expand, they're never going to dry. We're going to stay in this wet, gooey, emergent state, wondering when it feels good. Well, it probably doesn't at first, right? We have to liberate ourselves from what doesn't feel good, which itself might not feel very good. And then these reverse cards is maybe it's not so active, but it's present, or maybe it's asking to become present. So I'm just going to flip through each of these. Beaver. Adopt Beaver's busy eagerness and weave your wishes into reality with the materials at hand. What am I integrating? So, again, an internal, using what we have right now, how do we build forward? Prairie king snake. Similarly, we all have to practice discernment in identifying fears, illusions masquerading as truths, because telling snakes apart can be tricky without closer inspection. Stand firm in your knowing of who you are and your connection to a higher power, and shed everything internally that is not helping you claim, green card, that connection to higher power. Anything that makes you question your own discernment, or anything that pulls you into fear, may be an illusion masquerading as a truth. So trust your inner knowing and your connection to a higher power and shed all the rest. And that is one of the ways that's like the verb of building, of integrating, using what we have on hand. Like we can only start where we are, including the past that we have and the emotions we feel about it. But it's all leading into whatever destiny we're here to fulfill, Bison, the more each of us takes time to connect from within and act from an awareness of our true sovereign nature, that we are always loved, always powerful, and always enough, the more we create an environment that supports everyone. So this to me is speaking to the thing that I said when I opened up this session, that you've got to develop yourself to a certain level in order to connect with the next level. And that kind of narrative in the culture right now of develop to be worthy enough of support, develop to be worthy enough of connection, develop to be worthy enough of your spiritual practice or whatever, of being able to emerge, of being able to be liberated in your feelings. That's already true. All of this is already true. We are using what's at hand to shed the fears that we know aren't ours and stand in our truth that I am always loved and I am always enough. And I'm liberating myself from the things that make me feel that I'm not free and that I'm trapped in a cycle of fixing and development and lack and lessening. And so I'm emerging and I'm opening into this new space where I don't doubt these things anymore, where I can trust that I can be, that I have it all in me. I can trust my inner knowing. I can trust that I have the tools and the resources at hand to be soul supported. Okay, thank you, Jupiter. Where does this go? Okay. She likes to come kind of at the end, so we'll do the tarot now. So the main thing that we're calling in, that Jupiter is giving us, that we are using to call in soul support, is Four of Swords, is resting and being taught by spirit in a restful space. All sleep is good sleep. Uprights, we have Queen of Swords and the Two of Wands. This is not a great time of action. These are all very still cards. She is sitting and receiving divine truth, one of only two perfectly up and down straight swords in the entire deck. While this character looks to the past or looks out upon the world and is weighing adventure or security, stay or go, what move do I make next? So this is a contemplative time. It's not an action time. Sit and receive the knowledge and the internal knowing and the calming of the mind. She's just got this one single bird of truth above her crown even though like the landscape is quite windy and blustery, she's just sat and allowing to receive whatever is mine, let it come to me. So how we're going after getting our soul support is we're not going after it. We're weighing things in the past. We're weighing what we want, where we want to go, what kind of adventures we want to have, and we're allowing insight and truth and like spiritual messages with the bird to come in. I'm just gonna let my cat outside because he's being fucking grumpy. Okay, I'm back. And then internally, we're coming into a new emotional cycle, and we don't have to like mentally be in charge of that. We're receiving. Yeah? But also, maybe our fears and our mind is causing a lot of fears and nattering that make us kind of underappreciate where we are and what we have right now. So rest, receive, do whatever processing you need to do about the past. We don't get stuck there, right? We don't need to journey into the past. We can choose the security that Spirit has given us right now to receive whatever messages are coming through. Queen, ace, 2, 4, 10. So queen is actually like a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. By beginning this new cycle of really balancing like the energy we have and our mental energy, and allowing more mental energy and more kind of ideas to come to us instead of thinking, well, I've got to go act on my ideas. This is what tips us into a new emotional cycle. This is what helps us really appreciate where we are. Quiet the mind however you can. It is not the time to wield your mind. It is a time to receive into your mind. However antsy you may be, rest and receive. Alright. Calling in soul support. Energy, leadership, creativity. Energy and creativity produce good leadership. Trust in the protection you have. Trust in your guides. Trust in your leadership abilities, especially for where you're leading yourself. So these two cards are very similar. Harvest and Autumn. Determination, hard work, bounty, and balance. Both of these cards kind of speak to harvest is a really busy time. There's lots to do in a very short amount of time so that all the produce, all the bounty doesn't spoil. But it's important to balance all of that like very intense, concentrated effort with enjoying the fruits as they're fresh, and then like celebrating with that harvest. You do have to like put a lot of it away to get you through the winter, but it's like an intense injection of energy and work and joy and celebration, but it's a lot, and these are reverse. And so nope. Yes, we have a harvest and a bounty, but it's not like an external thing that we have to go harvest. And or this fear that it's going to be a lot of hard work is maybe not a true, like is maybe a truth or an illusion masquerading as truth. Because what we're in and the leadership energy we have, or what leads us into more leadership energy, is abundance, persistence, proliferation, transformation, joy, beauty, transience. This transition space that we're in the 1212 portal is a transition space. It is not, just as that other card was talking about, we're not trying to be stuck here. This isn't the space where we build the home. This isn't the space where the support comes in and we go, I'll lay my foundations here. This is a place of persisting, like through the transient space into abundance. And so trusting like the creative solutions and the leadership, both internal and the leadership of source, to get through the transitory space into the joy and beauty, into the abundance and the proliferation, into that creative leadership energy. It's not hard work, but it's probably not the level of hard work that we think it's going to be. The hard work has already come through in like cracking into the shell, in planting the mint in the first place, and now we just have to let it take over. Now we just have to let it come out. We have to let ourselves emerge in whatever time it takes. Not a concentrated, get it done effort focus, although it does take a lot of effort, so make sure you're resting. But it's not like get up and move things in the world. Like, it's not like pick things up and put things down and sweat. We do want to increase the heart rate, as those other cards were saying, and do the somatic work. But again, that's a transformative thing. It's not like you have to keep doing the same somatic practice over and over and over again. You're going to do a somatic practice to help you process something, and then your somatic practice will change as well, hopefully into more joy, into more abundance, into more creativity, and less hard work. I think the message I'm getting is like, drop the idea that it's going to be hard. Don't call that in. And then finally, our intuition. The main angelic energy we can lean into is the energy of Raziel's divine mysteries. Well, like, I'm not supposed to know anything. It's a mystery. Lean into it. And the intuition. Intuition is not something you have to explain, or you have to verify, or you have to like have detailed processes for. You just gotta get into it and believe it, trust it. This card has the chakras lit up on the little figure, so another hint for stillness and inner work. And then all of these angels are upright. So let's put Raziel here. Intuition and dreams. Zafkiel with ecstasy, Metatron with wisdom, Gabriel for balance. If we can just sit and quit trying to do, and quit trying to make, quit trying to bully ourselves into doing the things that bring us the soul support so that we can be soul supported, if we let ourselves learn through the dream space and lean into our intuition and lean into the deep divine wisdom that's even beyond our bodies but can be received by our bodies, that's where the divine wow is. And that's where appreciation and like a setting in of our spiritual practice will give us the feedback of like, oh wow, it's so connected, like I'm heard, I'm loved, I'm supported. But it's not a doing, it's a receiving. It's not a doing, it's a receiving of the wisdom. Okay. So finally, I am going to call in the power of carnelian, the power of mint, the power of trusting the hard work of the divine, and the power and my ability to receive it effortlessly, to receive it somatically, to receive it ecstatically. I call on these angels and all present guides, everyone invested and interested in my soul support, in my leadership, in my joy. Help me to succeed in leaning into the soul support and receiving it. Help me to believe in the power of rest. Help me to believe in my intuition and my dreams, my truth, my love, and that I have the ability and power to be soul supported. So mote it be. Okay, I'm going to sign off here. If you are still here, thank you so much. Also, huge shout out To my 4 subscribers, love y'all. I am going to close down and I'm going to drum on my little drum to break up the energy and celebrate the divine. And as a way to, like, you always have to do some actual like work or action. You have to do something in the world to like seal your spell work and show that you're going to do your part with the divine. And so I'm going to pull a card out of every deck for that. So what I'm going to do after this, and you can do it as well if you're still here and that's interesting to you. Oh, a ritual, please. 3 of Wands, oak tree. What riches do I carry within? Prairie soil, hold. Raziel, retreat. Okay, I'm going to read the hold prairie soil card. This is a claim card. Your soul also has the ability to hold, filter, and draw upon the fullness of your past from a neutral mindset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a ritual after I do my drumming. I'm going to retreat into a space where I kind of look out on the past, on what I need to confront in the past. This is about power, courage, strength. Is there something you've been avoiding because of the fear of confrontation? That's what this card says. And I'm going to like retreat into that ritual and let my soul do the confrontation. Yeah? Okay. I'm just building it in my mind, but I can do that not on the YouTube. So, okay, I hope that helps anybody. Happy Thursday. And hope to see you tomorrow. Okay. Okay, bye.